dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this August 7th. It's 5:30 this morning and time for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. Megan, run us through our Thursday.
Well, as you're heading out the door this morning, some folks are going to see some of that dense fog, especially for the center portion, stretching from Harlan to Jackson, and also for our southwestern county, seeing a little bit of that fog in between our Kentucky and Tennessee counties. Now, as we head into the next couple hours, we will see some chances of rain popping up into the forecast, mainly for our afternoon and early evening hours, clearing out overnight. Now, the main story on top of that fog will also be those temperatures, as we're sitting at the nice 60s as you're heading out the door. For some folks, even seeing the upper 50s and low 60s, especially as you head towards Virginia. This afternoon, though, we will be looking at those 80s all across the board. Warmest temperatures for our western counties in the upper 80s and cooler temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s as you travel more to Virginia. Now, here's a look at that breakdown for your forecast. We'll hit a high as you're traveling into that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame. Amelia.
A man has died while in custody at a sheriff's office. The Buchanan County Sheriff's Office posted a press release that a man had died in their custody on August 6th. The Virginia State Police is investigating the death. 2 deputies have been placed on administrative leave during this investigation. No other details have been released. The search continues for a 10-year-old boy in Breathitt County. Troopers say they received a call Wednesday morning from Panbull Branch Road in the Jackson community. Jaden Spicer is believed to have left his home in the overnight or early morning hours. KSP says they've searched on foot with canines and have used helicopter units to try and find the missing boy.
And then we will continue from there, broaden our search. We're just urging anybody that may have information on his whereabouts or anybody in the area that may see him, please contact Kentucky State Police Post 13 immediately.
Troopers say Jaden was last seen around 9 o'clock Tuesday night and was wearing Sonic the Hedgehog pajama pants and a matching shirt. If you have any information, you're asked to call State Police. We'll continue to update you on this search. Well, we are learning new details in the case against Harvey Galahan, an Eastern Kentucky man charged in connection to the death of a toddler. Galahan was in Bell County Circuit Court for his first pretrial conference Wednesday. He faces murder and criminal abuse charges after 17-month-old Elena Hembry died in 2023 from what investigators call severe and repeated abuse. Judge Keith Nagel agreed to delay the trial date as attorneys work toward a plea deal that could resolve this case along with other pending charges Galahan is facing.
We're going to set both cases for a pretrial conference November 3rd at 9, just to keep everything moving.
You know, Mr. Galahan's testimony that we've obtained so far helped us obtain the conviction that we got with Ms. Lawson. Had it not been for that, we wouldn't have been able to get the conviction that we got.
Galahan's co-defendant, Erica Lawson, who is Elena's mother, was already sentenced to 20 years in prison earlier this year. A Harlan County woman is facing charges after police say she was operating a vehicle while under the influence. The incident happened on Monday when KSP was called to a crash on US 421 in the Bledsoe area. When they got there, police say one of the children had minor injuries, which were small cuts from glass. Police say Brianna Merrill was not able to complete a field sobriety test. She was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. We are working to learn more about a Rowan County woman facing sex crime charges. Police say one of the charges involves a patient that he was helping to transport while he was a paramedic. Shane Peterman is charged with sodomy in a Fayette County case and rape in a Rowan County case. Alyssa Williams sat down with Peterman's ex-wife and a warning. Some details in the story may be difficult to hear.
You should be able to trust your paramedics, your firefighters, your police officers.
It's a situation that shocked communities. Court documents show Shane Peterman was charged with second-degree rape in Rowan County this past February. Those documents say the situation happened while he was in a position of authority and the other person was not able to consent.
As soon as I heard and found out about it, I was curious as to why nobody was talking about it.
Kristen Sparks is Peterman's ex-wife. She says they were briefly married in 2021 and that she had her own issues with him.
One thing when we did get married, one of the first things he said to me was, well, now you can't testify against me in court. And so that really alarmed me. And I've been thinking about it, like what was he doing then?
Rowan County EMS wouldn't confirm if Peterman worked for them at the time of the alleged incident, but in a video recording from 3 months prior, during last November's fiscal court meeting, Peterman was confirmed as a part-time employee.
It's hereby ordered fiscal court employee Shane Michael Peterman as a part-time paramedic at the Rowan County Ambulance Service pending pre-employment screening and per admin code.
While Peterman was in the Rowan County Detention Center for that case, he was charged with sodomy for a case out of Fayette County. Police say Peterman allegedly assaulted a patient he was helping transport from Ohio to UK Hospital in May of last year. His arrest citation says his DNA was found on the patient, but the results weren't in until June of this year.
Everybody that has ever been affected by him needs justice, not just the two that has been reported, and I thank God that they did report it and that it is coming to light now.
I reached out to Rowan County EMS for comment on this situation. They said they could not speak to an ongoing investigation. Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Now, we did speak with Peterman's attorney on the phone. He says they look forward to Peterman's day in court. We also reached out to Patriot Emergency Services, but have not heard back yet. One of the men convicted in the Crystal Rogers case was sentenced yesterday. A judge sentenced Stephen Lawson to 17 years behind bars. That's what the jury recommended. Lawson was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and evidence tampering earlier this year. He won't be eligible for parole. Brooks Hauk and Joseph Lawson will be sentenced later this month. Former Louisville police officer Brett Hankinson is appealing his sentence. Hankinson was found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights during a 2020 raid on her home. He was convicted last November. Last month, he was sentenced to 33 months behind bars. Hankinson's attorney filed the appeal Tuesday. They want both the conviction and sentence overturned. A Pike County mother was in court yesterday asking for a change in bond in connection to charges she's facing after her husband was accused of sexually abusing her 3 daughters. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was in the courtroom.
Danielle Kees is charged with 4 counts of rape, 4 counts of sodomy, and 4 counts of sexual abuse in complicity to the crimes police say her husband, John Yeltsin, committed against her 3 minor daughters.
She had an ethical, a moral, and a legal responsibility to protect those children, and she failed miserably at all those.
Kees appeared before Judge Eddie Coleman in Pike County Wednesday, where her appointed attorney asked to have her $500,000 full cash bond lowered. But the Commonwealth argued the bond should stand, with police saying her husband admitted to the crimes.
We feel like she's culpable, really as he is. They're her children. He was a stepfather, and she permitted this to go on.
Judge Coleman denied the motion, saying he would see her and her co-defendant October 3rd, which is when the duo is expected to appear for a pretrial conference. But Kees was later brought back into the courtroom, where the Commonwealth's attorney and her public defender agreed to follow up with mediation.
Criminal mediation don't mean they're going to get a better deal than they would without it. It's an opportunity for us to get the victims or victims' representatives all in one place so we can talk to them about what the possible sentences are and what they would like to see happen in the case.
Commonwealth's attorney Bill Sloan says it is about making sure the survivors are given a voice after reporting years of abuse and trauma.
This went on for years. It didn't just happen in Kentucky. Our investigation reveals it happened also in Tennessee.
Saying his office wants to see justice served. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Kees was arrested in May after Yeltsin was taken into custody in April. They're expected back in court October 3rd at 9 o'clock. The city of Lexington continues to celebrate its 250th anniversary. This month, the city is celebrating local businesses. Mayor Linda Gorton called businesses the foundation of the city. Some of this month's events are a small business luncheon and small business night at a Legends game. 250 Lex ambassador Harlan says it's important to highlight the different industries that make Lexington unique.
The history of Lexington is formed around the connective tissue of businesses here and economy growing in Central Kentucky.
The oldest business on record in Lexington is Millward Funeral Directors. They've been around for 200 years. A new addition was added to hiking trails in Cable County, West Virginia. As part of an Eagle Scout project, a student is helping to make the trails at Barberville Park safer and easier to use. Seeing how much a Culvert Crossing was needed, Dylan Lunsford decided to make it his Eagle Scout project. The Culvert Crossing acts as a footbridge for people to cross the muddy ground safely.
There's always been a problem with the mountain bike team, especially runners and walkers. It can be very dangerous going through mud like that, slipping, and a lot of times disc golfers would stack logs up so they don't have to get muddy, but those logs got very slick and dangerous. So it's always been a problem, but I'm just lucky enough it was still here for me to do something about it.
The culvert passing is open for people to use, but the ground is still wet, and Lansford is urging caution while crossing. A law passed in 2022 is in the spotlight again. This time, the Kentucky State Supreme Court is discussing it. The law focuses on the power structure of Jefferson County Public Schools. It says the superintendent is in charge of day-to-day operations, while the school board is in charge of long-term planning. Advocates say it would make the district more efficient. Opponents are worried that overturning it could open a can of worms.
If the court wants to go beyond that and to revisit some of its earlier decisions, there's a very clear pathway for the court to do that in a rational way.
If Senate Bill 1 is overturned, Attorney General Russell Coleman says the next step could be to declare city-county mergers as unconstitutional. As of now, no decisions have been made. U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn is running for governor of Tennessee. Blackburn made that announcement yesterday in a video posted on social media. She started the announcement vowing to make Tennessee the country's primary job-creating, energy-producing powerhouse. Earlier this year, a former WWE wrestler and Knox County, Tennessee Mayor Glenn Jacobs endorsed Blackburn. The 73-year-old Republican is currently serving her second term in the U.S. Senate. Governor Andy Beshear says Kentucky has joined a lawsuit to stop the Trump administration's plan to freeze federal funding tied to unemployment insurance. The governor says more than $3.5 million are being withheld from Kentuckians. The funds were approved grants administered by the Kentucky Education and Labor Cabinet to support unemployment insurance. Governor Beshear claims the freeze violates federal statutory and regulatory requirements.